Hey there, self-care warriors. Welcome again to Self-Care Haven. I'm continuing my binge, and I'm also continuing the series on the differences between normal relationships and narcissistically abusive relationships. And again, I'll be sharing a quote from an image I've put up on Facebook. And I've written, survivors know the difference between a regular breakup and a breakup with a predator who has maliciously done everything possible to belittle, demean, erode, and distort their reality, their identity, and their self-esteem. Breakups may hurt, but breakups with narcissists or sociopaths have the potential to destroy your life and your sanity in crippling ways. So when we have a regular breakup with a person who is empathic, who isn't narcissistic or sociopathic, we probably aren't walking on eggshells, wrought with anxiety and fear about whether or not this partner will stage a smear campaign against us. We probably won't have PTSD symptoms when we're recovering from that breakup. We probably won't be having nightmares about the relationship. We probably won't be suffering from emotional flashbacks of the emotions that we've suffered, that toxic shame that we've suffered, and that inner critical voice that's emerged after the relationship is over. We won't be stalked and harassed by our abuser. In a normal relationship with normal highs and lows, that's usually not what happens in a normal, healthy breakup. Even in the most unhealthy breakups with empathic people, we usually don't have to fear that they're going to try to ruin our reputation, ruin our lives, or that they're going to move on to the next source of supply within days without any sort of remorse or empathy or support or closure. We don't have to worry about the fact that the breakup will be a premeditated, cruel, hostile act of aggression that is planned deliberately in order to shake and erode our self-esteem and our sense of self-worth and identity. We don't have to worry about any of that when it comes to a regular breakup, because regular breakups may hurt. Yes, they do. But we don't have to worry about the fact that the partner that we've been with may have never loved us at all and may have wanted to hurt us on purpose. We never have to doubt that their intentions are well-meaning with a regular breakup. With a regular breakup, we don't have to wonder about the times that they may have engaged in infidelity, or the times that their stories didn't add up, or the discrepancies that were in the relationship, or the stories that the person has told us. We don't have to doubt that often with a regular partner, a partner who does have empathy, who does have remorse. With a sociopathic or narcissistic partner, all of these regular things of telling the truth and giving us closure and showing us compassion and showing us support and making sure that we are okay, those are the things that we cannot expect with a toxic partner. We cannot expect that. And in a regular breakup, we can start to let go of the person that we've had a relationship with, hopefully with a sense of closure and understanding about why things didn't work out. We'll understand that there were certain incompatibilities that did not make for a functional, healthy relationship. Or perhaps we just evolved outside of the relationship and it was time to move forward with our lives. In a breakup with a narcissistically abusive, toxic partner, we may never fully get over it, or we feel like we may never fully get over it because of the verbal, emotional, and psychological abuse and manipulation, perhaps even sexual or physical abuse that happened during the relationship. So not only will we have visual flashbacks, we'll have emotional flashbacks that basically make us regress back to that traumatic state. And we will often be re-triggered in the aftermath of that abuse as we try to find support outside of the relationship. And that can be very devastating, can be very alienating if we don't have the right validation, the right sort of professional support that will enable us to look at our trauma and to cope and process our trauma in a healthy way. In a regular breakup, we don't have to wonder about whether or not that person is diminishing us to their new partner and is calling us crazy because they want to project their own malignant narcissistic traits onto us. And we don't have to worry about post-breakup triangulation techniques. We don't have to worry about hoovering techniques to try to bring us back into the trauma of the relationship, even when we're trying to move forward with our lives. We never have to worry about any of that, because with a regular partner, they often do move on with their lives, and they don't try to interfere with the lives of their ex-partners in such a manner that is very damaging, that is very re-traumatizing, whereas narcissistic or sociopathic partners do try to keep their victims and their former victims hooked even after the relationship has ended. So I hope with this video we can try to understand and better conceptualize the differences between a normal relationship with highs and lows, a normal breakup, versus a breakup in a narcissistically abusive relationship. In the context of narcissistic abuse, a breakup is staged in order to humiliate, demean, and diminish the victim in every way possible. In fact, a breakup with a narcissistically abusive individual often packages the most amount of cruelty in the shortest amount of time in order to leave the biggest impact. That is why abuse survivors in a narcissistically abusive relationship have such a hard time letting go and struggle with the toxic, traumatic effects of the aftermath of such a breakup. They're left with no sense of closure, no sense of understanding, if they don't understand what narcissistic abuse is, as to why their partner has treated them in such a malicious and detrimental manner. So I hope with this video you can help yourself and others empower yourself and validate yourself in terms of what you went through, and acknowledge that it is very different from a regular breakup, a regular relationship with highs and lows. In a narcissistically abusive relationships, the highs and lows are manufactured, they're traumatic, they're malicious, and they're done with deliberate intent in order to destroy you, your identity, and your life. So I hope you know that your life doesn't have to be destroyed. Even if you have suffered a great deal of damage, there is still hope for recovery and healing. It takes a lot of validation, a lot of support. So I recommend that you share your stories and you listen to the stories of other survivors, as well as seek trauma-informed and validating help from a professional who knows and understands narcissistic abuse. Of course, unfortunately, the mental health professional community is still learning about narcissistic abuse. So there may not be as many professionals as we would like, but do reach out to people who do understand this type of abuse, who do understand personality disorders, and do understand the effects of trauma. And I hope to talk to you very soon. Until then, take care.